Welcome everyone. In this video, I want to talk about the buzzball cover corner figure. This figure is accepted in some leagues and rejected in other leagues. The reason why it is rejected is because this figure is very effective at stopping receivers from getting open. Also in this video, I'm going to match up various types of receivers against these cover corners to demonstrate how it is possible to get your receiver open. This is the Ike Taylor cover corner pose, and this is the Ocho Cinco wide receiver pose. This pose is vulnerable because of the extended arm that you see right here. The cover corner, using its arms, can lock in on this shoulder area and the chest area of the Ocho Cinco pose, thus preventing it from getting open. Observe. We're now going to go to another type of receiver, and I'm going to demonstrate how that receiver is able to get open against Ike Taylor. This is the Laurent Robinson pose, which is similar to the Ocho Cinco pose. The difference is the positioning of the left arm you see here. Laurent Robinson's left arm is not as high up as the Ocho Cinco arm was, and the hand of that arm is more toward the inside. Unlike the Ocho Cinco hand, it was more toward the outside. This receiver is less likely to get hung up by this cover corner because of that, because of the positioning of that arm. Observe. That's yards gained. The cover corner was not able to grab that left arm. Here are the Laurent Robinson and Ocho Cinco poses. Remember the left hand that I talked about earlier? Notice the positioning of them. Ocho Cinco's hand and arm is higher up toward the helmet than the Laurent Robinson pose. I brought in a totally different pose from the Ocho Cinco and Laurent Robinson pose. This is my Reggie Wayne figure. And the advantage that this figure has over the cover corner is its weight. This particular pose weighs about 3 grams. The cover corner pose comes in at about 2.4 grams. So with the combination of weight and base, we'll push through the corner to get open. There's a vulnerability with this type of figure, and it's the waistline. The waist area of this figure is very slender. This left arm in the rear is also a vulnerability. So if the cover corner can attack either that waistline and or this left arm in the rear, cover corner may win this matchup. Let's see what happens. Here, Nate Wayne is open, but notice how the cover corner attacked the waist and the arm areas. This is the side view of the Reggie Wayne figure. This figure was created from the torso of this figure from footballfigure.net and the legs of this figure from Buzzball. The vulnerabilities I talked about are right here. The slender waistline and this left arm to the rear. That same vulnerability is with this figure. Its waistline is very slim, but the arms are less of a vulnerability. This type of figure we'll see later in the video matched up against the cover corner. I want to run Reggie Wayne one more time, but this time I'm going to put him up against Antonio Cromartie. And what's special about Antonio Cromartie here is the bass that he's riding on. This is the same bass that was tweaked in the tweaking video that was done weeks ago. Let's see what happens. Whoa, doesn't look good at all. That bass basically took Reggie Wayne out of his route and forced him out of bounds. Due to the outcome of the last drill, I want to run this drill another time to make sure that what we saw was not a fluke. Let's see what happens. It doesn't look good at all. Although the Reggie Wayne figure is heavier than the cover corner, this bass on the cover corner has basically mugged Reggie Wayne a second time. But you know what? I'm not satisfied. Let's do it again. One more time. I need to see if Reggie Wayne can separate from Antonio Cromartie. Let's see what happens. There it is. He was able to get to the outside, but Cromartie is still between the location where the quarterback would be. So there's a chance that a quarterback could possibly make this throw. I like what I see here. I now have my Asante Samuel cover corner pose matched up against the Derek Mason pose. And the difference between this Derek Mason pose and the Ocho Cinco pose that you had seen earlier is the left arm. The left arm on this Derek Mason pose is tucked inside. So because of that, the cover corner doesn't have much to grab onto. Let's see what happens. You see there, Derek Mason has completely separated from the Asante Samuel cover corner pose. I want to run this test against the base that Antonio Cromartie was on. I'm going to switch that base over to Asante Samuel. Let's see what happens next. I have switched the base from Antonio Cromartie to the Asante Samuel pose. I want to observe the performance of this pose, the Derek Mason pose, versus this base on a cover corner. Let's see what happens. He still gets separation. So this pose is looking good so far. It's looking better than the other poses. I brought out my Leon Hall cover corner to match up against the Derek Mason receiver. Notice how I positioned the Leon Hall cover corner. I didn't position him directly over top of the Derek Mason pose. I slightly offset him because Leon Hall, he loops to the right. So I want the Leon Hall pose to attack this area here on the Derek Mason pose. This is the vulnerability of this pose here, this side of the figure. And I want Leon Hall to attack that area. Let's see what happens. He almost got separation, but Leon Hall was able to knock him down. This is my Tracy Porter cover corner pose. And this is my Braylon Edwards Haiti Repro wide receiver pose. The vulnerabilities with this figure are the head itself and the right hand. If the cover corner pose collides with the head, which it probably will because the heights of these two figures are similar, the receiver may be forced out of bounds or may be forced inside. If the cover corner makes contact with the receiver's right hand, this can cause the receiver to get hung up and forced out of bounds. Let's see what happens. You see the collision there? The cover corner made contact with the head of the Haiti Repro receiver and forced it to go the opposite way, ultimately going out of bounds. Let's run this drill one more time to see what other results we can get. Tracy Porter versus Braylon Edwards. Let's see what happens. This time he was forced inside. I now have my Marcus Trufant cover corner versus my Devery Henderson wide receiver pose. And the vulnerability of this particular figure is its slender waist. So if this cover corner can attack this waist area of this receiver, he could potentially stop this receiver from separating. Let's watch this matchup. The receiver was able to separate, but the Marcus Trufant cover corner is between the receiver and the quarterback. So this would be a very difficult throw to make, although this receiver pose has a taller presence than the cover corner pose. Now I have my Marcus Trufant corner matched up against my Deshaun Jackson figure. This Deshaun Jackson figure is similar to the Devery Henderson figure that you had seen earlier. There's a slight difference. The Deshaun Jackson figure has a slight lean forward. So that slight lean can cause a different outcome against this cover corner. Let's see what happens. He was able to get separation, but still the cover corner is between the receiver and the quarterback. Receivers can get open, although the cover corner is notorious for shutting them down. That goal can be achieved by matching the right base with the right figure. And that is done through practice and experimentation. I'm Mo. Thanks for watching.